what happens when you have a person who's dominating a conversation and that person is your boss?
Oh, I don't think we do enough of managing up. I think we tolerate a lot. And I also think that not enough leaders are creating space for people to manage up to them. So I would start by saying that. The second thing is, at the time it's happening in the meeting, I'm not sure that's the best time to address it. I think it might be a conversation outside of a regular meeting or outside of another crowd around where you say something like your favorite phrase, I need your help. Yeah, I need your help.
That's my favorite.
It is your favorite phrase. And you say that such that you can ask them, I need your help. When we enter meetings, I feel like I'm struggling to find an opportunity to contribute. And I'm wondering if you have thoughts on that. And then just let that sit and see what they say. If they aren't aware that it's them, I think you're not necessarily positioned in a place to tell them you're talking too much.
Yeah, hey, you got to shut up while I'm talking.
I think you might, though, show them a lens of what's happening in the room. Here's some things I've noticed in the meetings that we've had lately. Bruce hasn't been able to really have any feedback or join the conversation. Gail has been cut off a few times by various people. I would love to work with you and figure out how we could structure a meeting such that everyone has an opportunity to weigh in when that is important. Something like that. What would you do?
I don't know. Some of those phrases I think would be difficult to do with your boss, especially when your boss, holds the keys to your success in the company. One way to approach it is to begin flagging yourself when you have comments. So, before we move on, I want to make sure that I say these 3 things so that your boss hears that and understands that there's a point to be made or a point to be listened to.
Yep.
That might be a way to do it.
That still isn't really managing up, though.
Oh, I don't know whether that's true. I mean, I think you're managing up by the fact that you're communicating to your boss about something in the moment so that you don't get cut off when you know you have something really important to say or really important to complete. Now, if your boss continues on and just railroads you anyway, then you probably do need to have a conversation outside of it. I'm thinking about those conversations that are happening and you're talking and you're in a group setting and they just go right over you.
Yeah.
And you don't have any control. And this is a way for you to assert at least a little control in trying to get it back.
So what you're saying is you think it's the same, whether it's your boss or not your boss. Whoever's dominating in the room, you need to self-flag. Before you go forward, I have a few things I'd like to share. I've got a couple of questions, if that's okay, if we could go back to A, B, and C. Yeah. Are you thinking that?
I think that's a way to do it. I think that also, it depends on there's a lot of depends in this, right? It depends on the relationship. Doing that to the CEO, if your CEO is the boss, and you are a person who's nowhere close to that might not be seen terribly well. So there's also some, a political gambit that's going on there as well.
Yep.